Hi, T.L.T. Carlson here. Def Leppard is certainly one of my favorite rock bands. Even if I don't necessarily love everything the band's ever done and every single era they've gone through, they've certainly persevered over the years and put out some great tunes. One thing a lot of old bands do is they play their biggest album in its entirety, and Def Leppard jumped on this idea about a decade ago for a Las Vegas residency, which they dubbed Viva Hysteria. That has since gotten a Blu-ray CD combo pack release, and I'm going to unbox this and I will share my opinions. Here's the cover. I kind of like how it's in the shape of the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign. I did get my copy autographed by guitarist Viva Campbell when I met him at a Last in Line show later in 2013. Here's our spine text. Back cover. We fold this open as a nice little gatefold here of the band standing on stage. We fold this open and we have 3 discs. We have a Blu-ray disc which features the video presentation and some bonus features, as well as 2 CDs featuring the concert itself. Right here we have a booklet. There's some very cool essays and photographs in here. As I previously stated, this was a residency that Def Leppard did in early 2013. I actually got to go to one of these performances, although I don't think it was the one that they actually filmed here. And these were very interesting performances because the band played 2 separate sets. Set 1 was Def Leppard dressing up as an American Def Leppard tribute called Dead Flatbird, which just goes to show the kind of sense of humor these guys have. And during that set, they played a mix of hits and deep cuts, including in one case a B-side that had never even been released on CD prior to this concert. And then, of course, set 2 is the band being a little more faithful, performing Hysteria in its entirety, and then, of course, performing a pair of encores from the classic Pyromania album that came before Hysteria. The band is firing on all cylinders here, and it's a beautifully filmed concert with an absolutely great stage production. Anyone who's a fan of Def Leppard who wants the live experience on a disc, this is quite possibly the best way to experience that, short of going to an actual concert. Joel Elliott's vocals are very powerful, certainly one of the most prolific frontmen in rock and roll, even if he never quite gets credit for that, despite Def Leppard having some huge hits. Rick Allen remaining a surprisingly talented drummer despite the tragedy that he went through that cost him one of his arms. The twin guitar attack of Viva Campbell and Phil Collen, and Rick Savage, of course, holding down the low end on bass. It's a great band, great lineup. This lineup of Def Leppard has been around since 1992, and they very rarely have failed to please over the years. I can't say that I've been a fan of every single album they've done, but this is a great concert, and any fan of the band, I think, is going to love what they see here. The disc is broken down so that the main presentation is the second set of the concert, with the band performing the Hysteria album in its entirety, plus those 2 encores from Pyromania. The Dead Flatbird set is actually presented here as sets from 2 different nights on which they played different tracks, so those are in the bonus features section. And then there's also a brief acoustic performance from the band here as well, which only runs about 7 minutes, but is certainly worth watching. And then, of course, you have a small photo gallery as well. Picture quality on the disc looks very good. Understandably, when you're filming a concert, there are some limitations. There are a few moments where there's some crush with the really bright lights, and then also some minor jagged lines and a few issues with certain scenes, but for the most part, those issues are few and far between. It is a great looking disc. Fans of Def Leppard, I don't think are going to be at all disappointed with what they find here. So if you are a fan of Def Leppard or just classic rock, classic hard rock bands in general, this Viva Hysteria Blu-ray and CD set comes very highly recommended. Are you a fan of Def Leppard? Did you go to one of the Viva Hysteria concerts? Did you have a chance to pick up this release yet? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you have some like if you found it helpful. I'm T.L.T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.